I would say the growth of the team in general. Um, Consistency has been the word that we've talked about since the beginning of the season, and I can you can see in the away games that we found ourselves in a better place at the moment. But other than that, just being consistent in what we try to establish on pitch always, and somehow it's paid off now in the away games as well.
Did you throw a football or catch any touchdowns before the game started against Chicago?
No, actually, when I saw the footage after the game, that's when it really sunk in. All the numbers and all the extra lines and everything, all the patterns on the pitch. But during the game, just deal with it and play as best as you can.
Good for me.
On to the Zoom, we'll go with Michael.
Hey, Pascal, it's Mike Andrew from Blue City Radio.
Hi, Mike.
In the middle of the season, right around May, the team had a very congested schedule, and you had done some things to be hyper-focused on the team's physical fitness and their ability to, to recover and be ready for these games. As you go into this final stretch of the next 4 games, are you going to return to that philosophy of being very strict about the players' regimens after games, and in those recovery days?
Yeah, that hasn't changed one bit. It needs more focus and more attention when you play these games rapidly after each other. But it's been part of our routine since the beginning of the season, and I must say my guys have gotten way better in that area. So we have to respect the fact that the routines have been created, and now we have to apply them to the best we can. Again, knowing that we have fast turnarounds for the games ahead.
Go ahead, Michael.
And then if you could just give us an update. I know you had Aiden come off, Raul come off, just fitness for those two.
They were on pitch again today. So there are still some small minor concerns about a few guys, but having them on pitch today again will give us the information we need going into tomorrow, and then we have to make the final calls.
Anyone else?
How about your assessment of Raul? We look back, and he hadn't started a game since March the 30th. So, and we saw how he was struggling near the end. It hurt his ankle early on.
Yeah.
Maybe there was some cramps going on too. It looked like he had a combination of things.
No, it was just the ankle.
Oh,
If that hadn't happened in the beginning of the game, because that was also the pitch, unfortunately, he hurt his ankle quite early and played through it. If you've seen his ankle after the game, quite serious. But physical-wise, he was good to go, and that was the one I was surprised by the most. But knowing Raul like I do, I had no hesitance to put him in the starting 11 because he knows the way I want to play with my team and what his part in the team is.
It was interesting because you had probably a couple of choices there, but pushing Hack out of the back into the midfield with Perea out. You had mentioned to me at one point that you would have rather had a game sooner than later after the loss to DC United. Yet that extended period maybe gave you a little more time to figure out how you're going to play with those two in different spots.
Yeah, true. Of course, the period with the international break helps you to focus on other things. Raul was in the building. You don't know how the international players will return also. So we had to prepare ourselves for different scenarios. And one of the scenarios was with Raul in the back 4 and making sure that Justin found his way again in midfield, where he comes during the matches. But now he had to play there the massive part of the game overall.
He ran a little bit, had to run a little bit more this game, Justin.
Yeah, if you see the numbers, you'll be surprised.
Back to the Zoom, we'll go with Michael.
Pascal, thanks so much for the time. I'll ask one more.
Yeah.
Again, you're still obviously getting acclimated to Major League Soccer. Wilfried Nancy is one of the coaches that is revered as being one of the better quality coaches in the league. I'm curious if that's something you think about, if you consider just understanding how many adjustments he might be able to throw at you, or changes he might make mid-game, and how you prepare for that type of challenge.
Well, first of all, he's an impressive coach. I think a very good and genuine colleague. Also, plays good football with his team. Has some great players he can use to implement his ideas. But we do our homework as well. So it's not only about the last game they played this weekend. It's also about games that they played over quite a bit some time, and also, of course, the lessons that we learned from game number one, playing away in Columbus, is something that we take with us in preparation for this game. So I think we'll be prepared enough. We still have one day to make sure that we have our plan ready, and then let's see what happens on pitch.